Last year, huh? Wow. Wow. That was something, huh? Lots of stuff going on, lots of people fighting, lots of topics and issues, lots of things happening last year. It was pretty nuts. It was pretty crazy. I didn't if you're on Facebook, and I don't blame you if you're not, man, it seemed like you just scroll through, it's just like issue and concern and issue and you know, it's like going home and seeing your parents for the first time in a long time, and they're just like, son, we have some concerns about, here are some concerns. Here are our concerns. It was crazy. And you know, I have to be honest, for me, like, when I was growing up in my faith, I would get really swept up in a lot of these issues and concerns. It's like a car accident. It's hard to look away. You know, there's just a bunch of people fighting about something, and you're just, why are they? What? Do I care about that? Do I care about what he's saying? Look, you can make this year a whole lot better by let's just go back to what we believe, like the foundational things that we believe. Let's just sit there and let those things like change our life, you know? A long time ago I started this thing where, you know, I would pray with the Bible. And praying with the Bible has really been a really good thing in my life. Just take like a little chunk and just have a conversation with God. I feel like I didn't really know exactly what I was reading, or I just needed guidance, and I was going towards the areas of the Bible that were comfortable for me, or that I felt like emotionally attached to, or that really spoke to me. And I would stray away from these areas of my faith, these like areas of foundational dogma, things that the church believes, that I would just avoid because, you know, well, why do I want to take time to learn about that? I know about that. I don't need to, you know about that thing anymore. Then I came across the Catechism, and the Catechism of the Catholic Church is just a summary of the church's teaching. It's super simple, and what's great is no one can argue with this. It's authoritatively on behalf of the entire universal church, like, this is true, like, this is truth. You can't argue with the words that are in here. And then I found out that in the back of this guy there's an index of citations where you can look up scripture verses that are in here. So you take scripture and you like pray through a small little passage, and then you look it up in here and just read one or two paragraphs, you know? Because maybe you don't want to like just read straight through from cover to cover this whole thing. I don't blame you, but you should. And so when I started praying like that, it was really good. Like, I was having all these insights into things, and I felt like for the first time I was directly in touch with the pillars of my faith. I was directly in touch with what the church teaches, and I was just spending time just putting aside all the arguments and just putting aside all the stuff out in the world, and I was just walking with the church and going back to the Trinity, going back to Jesus, just going back to my faith. Like, what do you believe? You know, like, you know, we argue about all these things, but like, first of all, if you believe God exists, that's great. But then like, what do you believe about God? What do you like? If God is the Trinity, he's three persons, but yet one God. Why don't we spend more time on that's a foundational doctrine of everything else. Everything else is built on this belief that God is three persons and one God. And why is it not like changing my life? You know, you can buy a Bible and a catechism, and you can do that yourself. Or, you know, if that's too much work for you, we wrote this little book. We're writing this series of books. It's 4 books that connect to the 4 different sections of the catechism, the 4 pillars: creed, sacraments, morality, and prayer. And for instance, this book walks through the section of the creed. Like, it walks through the Apostles' Creed, what we believe as Catholics. I believe in God, the Father Almighty. And what you can do is just, in your daily prayer, you know, you just take this to prayer, and you just read like a little section from Scripture, and then you read a little section from the Catechism. Then, you know, just have some prayer, have some conversation with God, and just, you know, write some, you know, some thoughts. So you can buy this and you can do that. And I'm starting a series where I'm just going to give a real quick video on all of these meditations. Like, I'm just going to give a real quick 2-minute like reflection on the reflection, meditation on the meditation. So like if buying this really thin book and just like reading and praying through one of these every day is too hard for you, then just watch these videos, and we're gonna be walking through. I'm just gonna give, you know, some of my thoughts on the scripture and catechism passage. We're just gonna walk through the entire creed that way. And yeah, but here's the thing, I was wanting this to be like conversation, like community. So I'm gonna put up these real quick videos. You know, I'm gonna have coffee maybe once in a while in the morning and put up these real quick videos and comment in the comments below like what you're thinking. This can unify us as a church. So let's do that. Let's do that together. I'm gonna make these real short videos and just gonna throw them together. So shoot me your comments, like pray with me, pray this with me. If you want to buy the book, you can. You can get it at reverbculture.com/meditations. So click that. If you want to buy this and then watch the videos and kind of walk through this with me, you can. If you don't want to buy it and you just want to watch the videos, that's fine. That's fine. We can still be friends. So let's do this. Let's have some conversations about the creed. About the creed. Yeah.